Hi there, this is Chris from Money Hub, and this video is going to quickly overview our car finance calculator. So if you are looking to buy a new car, there's three factors which go into the price that you'll pay. And the first one is the price of the car, or how much you want to borrow. Secondly, how long you want to borrow it for. So that could be 2 years, which would be 24 months. It could be 36 months, and it could be 60 months, which is 5 years. Or usually those are the car payment repayment terms, but of course you can find lenders who will meet your needs and suit you on what you want. And then finally, it's going to be driven, so the total cost is going to be driven by the interest rate that you get charged. Now, please believe me when I say there's two different markets within New Zealand for car finance. There's quite good lenders, and those are the ones with reasonable interest rates, low fees, and not too much sort of difficulties getting the loans if you're a good borrower. And secondly, there's a whole bunch of lenders that of course I won't name, but they all charge high interest rates, high fees, and they are completely oppressive. And the problem is they are legal. Now, we see stories from time to time about people getting a car loan and it just becomes such a huge drain. So we really want to make sure that when you are looking at getting a car finance, that you try and minimize that weekly or that monthly cost, because those things do need to be paid month after month. This is not like a credit card that you can just sort of roll on if you don't pay it off. You've got to make the repayments. And if you don't make the repayments, then the lender will take your car because it is a secured loan. Most car loans are. Sometimes you'll find them not, but that's very rare. So I just want to walk through this here. So you can see here that if you wanted to borrow, say, let's just be prudent here and say $5,000, we can actually just type it straight in. And then you can see the term, and you could go for 60 months on that. And then if you go weekly, you're going to get the weekly price, and then which becomes under the repayment, which you can see all here. And then if you do a fortnightly, you can see the fortnightly, and then you can see the monthly. So just be very, very aware that the faster you pay off the car loan, so if you go weekly payments and you bring it down to say 12 months, then the overall cost is going to be a lot lower. Where car finance companies make their money, it's certainly from having a higher interest, and it's also the term of the loan. So you want that to be as short as possible, but at the same time you want the repayments to be affordable. Now, what we haven't included in this calculator, because it is quite tricky, is going to be all the fees that are charged. So some lenders charge none, and some lenders charge some application fee, some registration fee, things like that. So the best thing that we suggest you do is go and get quotes from lenders with some reasonable interest rates, with the lowest interest rates. We've ordered these here. And then make sure that your finances are in order. So these lenders are going to be looking at your credit card statements, your bank statements. Make sure that you don't have bad credit history. And if you do, try and clear that up. Try and fix it, get it off there by remedying if it's something that you're not to blame for. Just make sure that you do put your first, your best application forward, because you will get into a situation where you'll be accepted if you have no issue. If you're declined, then you might be offered a bad interest rate somewhere else. So it's really, really critical that you get quotes and you go and compare the market so you know what it should cost. We've put together this tool to kind of help you see what the repayment should be, and this is to avoid the situation that many people do when they go down to a car yard and they go in and meet somebody there and they make an offer on a car, and then it's to arrange the financing. They've got nothing to compare it with and they get a terrible deal. We've had situations where it's been reported to us that somebody pre-approved themselves or got pre-approved for car financing, went to a car yard and were told, oh, there's no cars for you to see here. And he was like, why not? It's because you've pre-arranged your car finance, and we're not going to be able to help you sell you a car. And that's just because there's so much money within car financing for some of the people out there who make lots of money out of it. We like lenders that certainly don't do that. So I just wanted to make it clear, not in a kind of a ranty sense, but just in a sense that it's so critical to make these comparisons up front and make sure that that you know what you're doing before you accept, because the car finance calculator will show you numbers, but you do need to know the terms and the conditions as well for the loan. And if there's something that you don't understand, please ask the lender, because it's their responsibility to tell you, and we don't want you to go into a contract which can be expensive if there's something that you're not sure of. So thanks very much for watching. We do have a full guide to car loans, car finance, and we also have some useful guides to car dealership finance versus alternative finance, how to save for a car, and then if you are in a situation where you have bad credit, we have a standalone guide for that too. So we wish you the best of luck, but as we say, please don't rush into this, and please get quotes to compare, knowing that you've got a wide catchment, just like you do with power. If you were switching power providers, just as you do with car insurance, you wouldn't just take the first quote. It's certainly the same with car finance because of the costs involved. Thank you so much for watching.